Now the stakes are going to be even bigger in Power Book 2 Ghost Season 3, because death just follows Tariq, and it does seem like more blood will be on his hands. But Tariq will have a lot more to deal with than just blood on his hands. There seems to be conflict with Brayden. He says he doesn't know who to trust, and that comes down to Lauren's death and him potentially finding out the role Effie and Brayden both had to play. But the stakes are higher for all our characters. There's Effie running from the cops, Tariq and Brayden being held at gunpoint. We've also got a funeral with Cane and Dru and carrying a casket, but Lorenzo's nowhere to be seen. But that's not all. We're going to be introduced to a ruthless new connect that's going to plunge Tariq and the rest of the characters deeper into the game. So this is the official synopsis for Power Book 2 Ghost Season 3. The third season of Power Book 2 Ghost kicks off with Tariq St. Patrick, determined to get his trust, get back to his family, and get out the game for good. The emergence of a ruthless new connect interrupts Tariq's plans to reunite with Tasha and Yaz, and puts him, Brayden, and Effie back in business with the Tejadas, as they're challenged to move more weight than ever before. When Brayden brings Tariq in as an intern at his family's hedge fund, Western Holdings, the drugs business expands beyond Stansfield and the streets onto Wall Street, while Tariq is also shown an alternate, legitimate path to success. Monet Tejada, set ablaze by the death of her son Zeke Cross, is willing to pay a hefty price to avenge her firstborn and keep the rest of the children and business in line, as she works closely with Davis McLean to solve Zeke's murder and keep the feds off her trail. Business is booming when a staggering reveal forces Tariq to reckon with a betrayal from those closest to him, and a RICO investigation mounting into the entire drug enterprise, pulling Tariq deeper into the business and even closer to the legacy of his father. Now, we all know Tariq wanted to leave the game because he's realized it only ends up in death or jail, and he's done losing those close to him. But trouble always finds Tariq St. Patrick, and that's what it seems like he's done. We've got Tariq, which is what looks like him in his Stansfield dorm room, knife in hand, but covered with blood, and it does seem like he's just done something he didn't want to. We all know Tariq only kills if he's pushed into a corner, and where he feels as if he's had no choice. And like he once said, it always comes down to him, his family, and a gun, but whose blood is on the knife and his hands? There's also a huge trust issue, which is a complete contrast to what he told Effie at the end of Season 2, and this is what he said.
Other than my mom, you're the only person I can trust at all.
Something tells me that he's about to learn the truth about Lauren's death, and it does tie in with the whole official synopsis. Tariq will reckon with the betrayal from those close to him, and I think we all know what that is: Effie and Brayden's role in Lauren's death. Effie and Brayden are two characters who were by Tariq's side throughout a difficult period in Season 2, but both of them hold a deep secret, and I'm not sure how long they can handle the guilt, especially Brayden. So at some point, the truth will definitely come out, and it even looks like we see Tariq punching Brayden. They may be brothers and they may have each other's backs and best interests at heart, but we've seen this relationship before, where both Tommy and Ghost kick the shit out of each other, and I'm expecting the same with Tariq and Brayden. But what happens with Effie? Effie seems like she's going to be moving closer to Stansfield, and she's definitely going to be involved in the game with Tariq and Brayden and the Tejadas, and this time they're going to be moving serious weight. But as always, the game intertwines with dirty lawyers and law enforcement, so Effie's going to have to do her fair share of running from the cops. But as for her background and who Effie is, that's also something that I think will be explored in a lot more detail. But bringing it back to Tariq and Brayden, we've got a spitting image of Tariq standing the way Ghost did at Club Truth, and that's because Tariq will be brought in as an intern at the Western Hedge Fund. Now, there are a few things that we need to consider when it comes to Tariq entering the real world of business. Not only do I expect him to move weight through Wall Street, Tariq's a smart guy, and he's going to see how successful you can be away from the risk of the game. But that's not all. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tariq bump into another love interest who's in the real world of business, and just complicating things with Effie and Diana, who, by the way, may have found someone else. Now, even though Tariq may have his eyes set on another way, we all know there's always something that will keep pulling you back in, just like it did with Ghost. And I've previously spoken about how there could be a dangerous connect on the way that might do the same with Tariq, and that's what it seems like we've got. We've got someone flying into the same warehouse as Mechas, and we've also got Tariq and Brayden being held at gunpoint, so it is safe to say, I think they've just started a fucking war. Now, when it comes to the Tejadas, they're not just going to be forced into working with this new connect, moving crazy amounts of weight, but Diana's up to no good, Dru seems like he's on demon time, and Cane seems like he's causing mayhem as usual. But what about Monet, who wants to get to the bottom of Zeke's death? And is this Zeke's funeral, or is it someone else's? Potentially Lorenzo. Based on the synopsis, Monet's going to stop at nothing to get to the bottom of Zeke's death, and she's going to be using Davis McLean, who, let's not forget, isn't cheap. so she's also gonna have to rely on the game, something which she also wants to come out of, just like Tariq St. Patrick. But we all know how Power love to throw as a curveball in these teasers, so let's just wait and see whose funeral this is. But either way, Monet is gonna be looking for blood, and she's already dropped one body in the bar in season 1, and it seems like she's gonna be dropping another. She also says you're either with me or against me, something which Cane once told Dru in the very first season.
Monet picked Tariq, your turn. You all the way fucked. I'm exactly who Monet wants me to be. Okay, I'm playing by her fucking rules. So which is it, Dru? Because either you with me or you against me.
So you wonder where Cane gets it from. He's been nurtured and brought up by both Monet and Lorenzo, albeit Lorenzo's been in prison for a large part of their lives. Cane is exactly who they wanted him to be, a soldier, just like we see him in the teaser. But what about Dru? This was another familiar sight in season 2, where we saw Dru going after Ev, who no doubt will be a problem in season 3. Dru looks battered and bruised, but it does look like he's on demon time. And let's not forget what he did to Lil Guap at the end of season 2. So Dru's beginning to turn, and slowly the humanity will be sucked out of him until there's only this cold, heartless killer left. And then we have Lil Miss Troublemaker, who really did blow up the Tejadas at the dinner table, and it seems like she's going to be getting into a bit of a romance with someone else. But Diana is someone who's on a similar path to Dru. I see her character becoming darker and darker, especially because she's someone who's highly intelligent. She used the powdered sugar move to her benefit with Tariq in season 2, and I wouldn't be surprised if she finds out who was behind Zeke's death, holding all the cards to blow up the family once again. And so with that being said, I definitely have a few questions following this teaser. Whose blood is on Tariq's hands? Will it be over for Tariq and Effie when he finds out the truth? What happens with the Tejadas when the truth is revealed about Zeke? And who's in this casket? But the one I'm most intrigued about is, who did they start a war with? And who is this new dangerous, controlling connect that has Tariq and Brayden at gunpoint, as well as making them push big weight? Drop all your theories and predictions down below for Power Book 2 Ghost Season 3, which will be returning on Friday 17th of March, St. Patrick's Day. So get ready, because Ghost Season 3 is going to be a wild ride. So drop all your thoughts down below on all things Power Book 2 Ghost Season 3. And of course, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.